2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1, around the clock. 3 years ago when they always win, I was rocking at a bar called 118. Little kids couldn't rock, so rock the spot. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the second segment of the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show right here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. It's your boy, Willie Epting Jr. Holding it down, man. Rolling solo. Shout out to everybody out there checking us out on YouTube, ShakeBack Media Group, as well as the Herb and Raj podcast, Twitter for the BGC Sports Network, as well as the Herb and Raj podcast, as well as the ShakeBack Media Group, and here for football, KC. Shout out to Tisha, the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate them. And of course, on Instagram TV, I see you guys out there checking in. Man, we got so much more to get into. We got to finish up the power rankings here in just a moment. Just in case you missed it in the first segment, we did pay homage to the Negro League game played at Rickman Field in Birmingham, Alabama, between the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants. So that was an amazing spectacle and an amazing event in itself. We did start the power rankings for the American League as well as the National League, with, of course, just a bit outside in both leagues. And we're going to get to the top 10 in the majors here in just a second. Before we move on any further, this second segment, it is being brought to you by Front End Sports. Founded in 2022, Front End Sports is dedicated to empowering athletes, teams, and organizations with cutting-edge social media, merchandising, and NIL strategies to help your brand through innovative and personalized solutions. Our team consists of experienced professionals with diverse backgrounds in sports, marketing, design, and technology, all who share a passion for helping their clients succeed and unlock their full potential. Make sure you go to frontendsports.com. Again, that is frontendsports.com. Tell them that your boy Willie Epting Jr. from the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show, the BGC Sports Network, and of course, the ShakeBack Media Group told you to holler them so y'all can set it off on your NIL needs. All right. Big day. Before we get to the power rankings or finish up the power rankings, I want to continue on. I was congratulating the University of Tennessee, the Volunteers. They won their first ever College World Series championship. And I posed the question at the end of the first segment. And I said to myself, with all of these teams from the SEC that made the College World Series tournament, is it now safe to say that the SEC is becoming a baseball conference? And the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I asked that question is because I am looking at the brackets, right, from the College World Series, from the tournament. All right, in the Lexington region, you had Kentucky, SEC. You have Georgia, SEC. You have Florida, SEC. You have Texas A&M, SEC. You have the University of Texas, SEC. That's just in two brackets or three brackets. That's or four brackets rather. Actually, it's in Lexington, Corvallis, Raleigh, Athens, Clemson, Stillwater, Santa Barbara, and Bryan College Station. So the SEC was represented in each region. In the Chapel Hill regional, you had LSU, SEC. You have Arkansas, SEC. You have Alabama, SEC. And of course, you have also Tennessee, who won it all, SEC. How many teams is that in the SEC that I just named? Maybe 8 or 9? I think it may be safe to say that college baseball, or that the SEC is it's rounding the corner on becoming a baseball conference. So again, congratulations to the University of Tennessee rather, for capping off their season with the championship. And also, on a side note, Grambling State University also made the tournament, and I got a chance, Cedric Bailey and I, some years back, I want to say it was 2000 and maybe 17 or 18. We got a chance to call a Grambling State University game when they came to town and played against the Dallas Baptist Patriots, I believe they are, at that field over there in Dallas actually it's West Dallas near Grand Prairie. But we got a chance to call the game. He did the play-by-play. I did the color analysis. And we had so much fun, got a chance to talk to the coach of Grambling, and that was a lot of fun. So congratulations to Grambling for making it as far as they did. So yeah, that was dope. The college baseball season in itself was dope all the way around. All right, let's get back to the big boys that do it for money. Well, these kids probably do it for money too because they get NIL deals, but you know what I'm saying, professionals. Let's get to the professionals. And Big Day, I hate to do this to you, man, but I need you to play the music again for the power rankings as we're going to go ahead and get into the top 10 in the majors. Let's go. All right. Number 10, we have the one and only, the San Diego Padres. As I mentioned in the first segment or at the end of it, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, they're without Xander Bogaerts for a little while longer because of the fact that he hurt his knee. So hopefully he'll get well soon. Dylan Cease had a magnificent outing in his start on Wednesday. So the San Diego Padres are resting here at number 10. And if you remember in the last couple of episodes, yeah, we had a tie. The Sands were tied. But now the Sands that are Francisco has dropped out. Number 9, the Boston Red Sox. And the Boston Red Sox are probably the hottest team in the majors. And I'm telling you right now, their pitching staff with Tanner Houck, they're like, Chris Sale, who? Look, Tanner Houck was not getting any run support. He leads the majors in ERA with under 2.5. And for the longest time, it was a sub-2 ERA. They finally started getting in some run support, and that rotation, led by Andrew Bailey, it would take an Oakland A to help out another team and their pitching staff, one that is the Boston Red Sox in this case, get to where they are. They're top 5 in rotational ERA, and they're top 5 in runs scored. All right, number 8, the Atlanta Braves. And the Atlanta Braves, ladies and gentlemen, they got this dude by the name of Chris Sale. I just mentioned him a minute ago. He was wrecking shop while he was in Chicago. He could not stay healthy while he was with the Red Sox. Now he is in Atlanta with a new reprieve on his career. And not only is he in line for a possible comeback player of the year, but how about Cy Young Award? And then you got Max Fried. I know they're without Ronald Acuna Jr. for the rest of the year, but Marcell Ozuna, can a DH possibly be in contention for the National League MVP? I've got some answers to that later on in the show. Number 7, rather, the Seattle Mariners, the American League West leading Seattle Mariners, come in with one of the top rotations in all of baseball, for sure in the American League West. But if those dudes, Kyle Raleigh, my goodness, G-Rod or J-Rod, if they don't start hitting the ball, and with the Texas Rangers starting to get healthy, and with the Houston Astros now making an appearance and just a bit outside, Seattle better get their stuff together from an offensive standpoint, or they're going to find themselves looking up at Houston in the Western Division. All right, number 6, the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles have everything that you want. They have power with Henderson. I'll get to him in just a minute. Mountcastle, one of my favorite players, in Anthony Santander. They've got Adley Rutschman. Cedric Mullins is coming back, and he's got some pop in his bat. Right now, the Orioles are on a bit of a slide as they have lost 5 in a row coming into tape time in a series that they were involved in with the Cleveland Guardians. Was nothing short of sensational. The game on Tuesday gave you everything. It gave you pitching. It gave you offense. It gave you the long ball. It gave you stolen bases. It gave you glove work. It gave you everything. All right. Number 5. I'm sorry. The Milwaukee Brewers. I just saw the Milwaukee Brewers on Wednesday sweep the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers. Willie Adames, That dude there is, look, he can ball. Also, they also have Contreras behind the plate, Christian Yelich. They've got a mix of good rookies or good young talent with some of the older guys. And I'm telling you right now, this kid right here from the Milwaukee Brewers is instantly becoming one of my favorite players, and that's Jackson Chourio, their rookie. Right now, that dude, look, in the wrap-up game against the Rangers on Wednesday, he did something I have not seen in a long, long time watching it live, and that was an inside the park 4-bagger. Yeah, that dude is for real. And the Milwaukee Brewers, yeah, they're for real too. All right, number 4, I've got the New York Yankees, and the Yankees are still atop the American League East. As I said a little bit earlier, Giancarlo Stanton again is out with another injury. This time it's a hamstring. We know that we know that Garrett Cole is back. He did lose his first start against the Orioles in that series when the Orioles did take the series from the Yankees in the Bronx. But the Yankees, man, look, they're having some issues with their bullpen. They're going to be making moves at the deadline for sure on that front. But, man, they got 3 dudes in their rotation that can flat out get it. Carlos Rodon, the rookie, actually got 4 guys. Luis Gil, Carlos Rodon, Garrett Cole, and Nestor Cortez. And then, of course, they got my boy, friend of the show, Jose Trevino behind the plate. And he is engineering great game calls for the Yankees and those pitchers. All right, number 3. Yes, number 3, the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers, it's getting very, very old talking about the Dodgers and what they're doing and what they're continuing to do in terms of dominating the National League West. And I talked about this in the last show that this is one of the good, bad, ugly, the ugly part of the good, bad, ugly, because they've already really, in my opinion, they're not going to lose the National League West. They're going to win yet another National League West title, but that ain't what it is for the Dodgers. We know that it all counts when they get to the playoffs, especially with everything that they have on the roster this year. And Shohei Ohtani just continues to go out there and do things that we'll probably never see again. All right, the number 2 team in all of baseball is the Cleveland Guardians, one of my adopted teams. Shout out to Rachel, Kate, and Natalie, and Brandy, and all the rest up there, Sapphire, all the rest up there in Northeast Ohio. The Cleveland Guardians are good. As a matter of fact, the Cleveland Guardians are very good. Bo Naylor, Josh Naylor, Jose Ramirez, Steven Kwan. Steven Kwan's becoming one of my favorite players too. And he can do it with the glove, and he's showing he can do it with the bat. Steven Kwan has not qualified yet for the batting average leadership because he doesn't have enough at bats or plate appearances, but he's hitting like 380 and he's going to get there. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to win the American League batting championship. And the Cleveland Guardians, man, they can do it. They don't have a whole lot of power, but they got Ramirez and they got Naylor, Josh Naylor. They've got what I want to say 38 home runs between the two of them. Both of them will be in Arlington for the All-Star game, in my opinion. Now, what we once known for the Cleveland, what we have known for or from the Cleveland Guardians and what their strength has been their pitching. Shane Bieber's not coming back this year. Tristan McKenzie, I'm gonna say Tristan Thompson, same city, just wrong sport. Sticks McKenzie is still finding his way, and they have arguably the best closer in the game, although he did get kicked out of the game for, that was Edwin Diaz from the Mets. Got kicked out of it. Or no, it was it was Emmanuel Clase that got kicked out the game for illicit materials in his glove. And then the number 1 team, the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, that's just been probably the remainder of the segment right here. The reason why I say this is because they've got leaders, they've got ball players that they like each other. And Rach, who of course has the inside scoop on #RingTheBell, I can't wait to get her back on so she can just bask in the glory that is what's going on in South Philly at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Bryce Harper, Bohm, Ranger Suarez, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, JT Realmuto. It just goes on and on and on with that team. And they have two, maybe three, no, for sure. They have two starting pitchers that are going to be in the Cy Young Award conversation. More on that coming up in just a second. So yeah, and Bryce Harper, oh my gosh. Bryce Harper, I love the way this dude plays the game. Now, here's my personal opinion about Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper looks like that cat that is ready to have a dip in his mouth and drink a beer with you at the same time. And to me, it looks like he always needs a shower. I don't know if it's the scruffiness of his beard. I don't know if it's the way his hair hangs out the back of his hat, or a combination of the both. But whatever the case is, that dude is making a play for the MVP. More on that in just a second as well. So and with their manager, Mr. Thompson, Joe Thompson, not Joe Thompson. What's the dude's name? Y'all know what his name Rob Thompson. Y'all know what his name is. But Rob Thompson has done a phenomenal job with the Phillies. And, the Phillies were in the World Series 2 years ago. They were in the National League Championship Series last year where they lost to the Diamondbacks. I don't see this team slowing down whatsoever. And they're going to do something. They're going to do something that we have not seen done in the last 8 seasons. They're going to take the National League East Division Championship away from the Atlanta Braves unless the Braves go on a crazy streak and the Phillies have an epic collapse. I understand that it's the third week of June, but we are halfway through the season, as I said in the first segment, with more than 80 games being played by most of the squads. So unless there is an epic collapse or an epic, just like an injection of performance-enhancing drug type of example into the Atlanta Braves to where they're just going to rise like that without arguably their best player, and with some of their players that they already have that are struggling, like Ozzie Albies, the Phillies are head and shoulders the best team I shouldn't say head and shoulders, but it's like them and the Dodgers. And the Dodgers have all of the superstars. They have all of the names. They have all of the faces. They are in Southern California, and they have the sunshine tax and all of that. While the Phillies are out there on the East Coast eating cheesesteaks and grinding things out in a way that is going to allow them to take that National League East crown. And I, for one, did not see that coming. I had the Atlanta Braves winning the NL East for the 17,000th consecutive year. All right, come on back on the other side of the break, man. We're gonna get to who hotter than me. I got some mid-season hardware to give out, but not really. # Brothers of Baseball Show. Willie Epting Jr. Y'all come on back and holler at us.